Hello everybody, this is Rita Holmes, ready to do her What's Up Wednesday video. And I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up! From Ohio. And I'm here every week to do a What's Up Wednesday, which means you never know what's up, because I never know what's up till Tuesday, usually. The Tuesday before, sometimes the Tuesday after. If I forget to do my video, I've done that. It's like things are crazy. But anyway, I took the product of the month this month, which is called Begonia Bell, and made, I had to look down, I thought my cat was hissing, I thought, what's wrong with her? So, but anyway, I took that and made a card with it today. I read where some people were having trouble lining it up because it's a two-step stamp that you can do. So we're going to make a card. Do I have a card made already? No, I don't. I have the idea for the card. I got everything cut for the card. And we just hope that this idea comes up and looks pretty decent when we get it all said and done, okay? So we are going to do that. I'm going to turn the table down. I'm going to turn the camera down to the table. And I'll talk about what's going on with Stampin' Up! And that. And the reason why, I've had to plug my phone in. And I got the stand up higher while I talk, and which stretches the cord, and I'm afraid my camera's going to fall over. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn the camera down, push it down a little bit, so my phone doesn't fall and doesn't break, because I got a new phone, not quite 2 weeks ago, and I don't want to break it because the old one is like toast, and I can't use it. So anyway, let's turn it around. Turn around. And just see nothing right there except for my this is the stuff we are going to be using. There, now my cord's not stretched as much, thank goodness. Let me get my monitor so I can see what things look like. That's always a good thing. There we go. Here's what we're going to be using today. We're going to be using the Peaceful Pine ink with the Old Olive ink, Poppy Parade ink with Petal Pink ink. We've got a 2.5 inch circle. I do not believe that this is like current with Stampin' Up! This is a Stampin' Up! One. If you don't have a 2.5 inch circle punch, you can use dies, you can use whatever. I used what was fast for me, you know, to do this. So, and here's the Begonia Bell stamp set that we're going to be using. So this is a 2-step stamp, these are, and that's what we are going to be doing. And it's going to be a quick card, because I just wanted to show you some stuff with it. And that just the purpose of using this, because I've heard mixed words about it, and I don't, you know, some people like it, some people don't. And I think it's, you know, learning how to line that stamp up and that. So we will be doing that. I gotta get me no, I don't. I got it out. I started saying I need another piece of scrap paper, but I don't. I got it. I'm underestimating myself now. So let's move that out of the way. We're going to be using these embellishments because of the colors of the paper we're using, which is actually, I'm using out of the Settles. They used to come in a 6x6 pack, and now they're 12x12, but this is like all of the Settles are in this pack. And you get, like this is the Fresh Freesia, and that's got little polka dots, big polka dots, stripes, and stripes, and you get that in every color. You know, there's 10 colors in there, so you got 20 sheets, and you got a pattern of each one. We are using Petal Pink. We're going to be using this little polka dot. So I'm going to push all that back in. But you get all the colors. It's $19 for the 12x12, but you can get a lot of stuff cut out of 12x12 paper for cards. So let's just put that away. So we're going to use, we'll start at the card base. We got Petal Pink, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and folded for your card base, okay? So there we go. That's our card base. We have 5 1/4 by 4. No, this is 5 1/4 by 4, but it's for the inside. We have 5 1/4 by 4 in the Peaceful Pine. And we have 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 of the Designer Series paper. I lost my circle, guys. Hope this is it. And here is a vellum circle that's 2.5 inches, I hope. If not, I'm going to have to cut another one. That's the smaller one. I can't find, you know, that's one thing about vellum. You know, when you're working with it and you lay it down somewhere on a white table, that vellum is history. I'll find it eventually. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my punch and I'm going to punch another one. Vellum punch is really nice too. I like that. So there we have a 2.5 inch circle punch for that. I'll just put this circle somewhere else. I'll find that one in a minute, I'm sure. So what I'm going to show you right now is I am going to stamp the flowers. So let's stamp a flower. We'll be using Petal Pink and Poppy Parade for this flower. I'm going to end up needing a scrap piece of paper, not for the flower. Well, kind of. No, not for the flower, I'm not. We have 2 stamps. We have this one that will be the Poppy Parade. This will be the Petal Pink. So, and I'm going to show you how this lines up. We're going to do this one. It's the bigger one. We're doing it first. And you do know that these colors do lighten up once they dry. So I'm just going to press that down. I should have put it on a piercing mat, probably. But it came out okay. So there is the flower. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this up in the Petal Pink. And you see this little cutout right here? It is going to go right up here. There's a cutout over here that goes to this petal, and this goes right over here. You see the way these are lined up? This is going to fit right through here. So you lay that down. There's a notch here that'll go here. So you just want to make sure you're in those parameters there, and it'll line up, and you press. And there's your flower. Let me show you another couple combinations of that. This was Strawberry Blush and Flirty Flamingo. There really wasn't a lot of difference in that, and I wanted some difference to show. And this will dry real pretty, and I'll show you that in a minute. I was doing the leaves in that one. I did the leaves backward to what I really should have done. It didn't turn out. Here is the colors Timid Tiger and Crushed Curry, which they're okay. And then here's the leaves that are in Garden Green and Lemon Lime Twist. So this one's off, but I figured out how to do that, and I'm going to show you how to do the leaf. But I ended up liking, and here is Flirty Flamingo and Petal Pink when it dries a little bit and lightens up. So there we go. So let's stamp a leaf now. Well, come on. It just wants me to get, well, this is weird. I usually can open and close a stamp pad. Usually. So anyway, Stampin' Up! Has, I told you I was going to tell you about that. They have, if you want to try the Paper Pumpkin Kit, you can get this month's Paper Pumpkin Kit for 25% off. But you need to get signed up for it between now and the 10th of next month. I think it is. And you'll get 25% off your first kit if you've never been a Paper Pumpkin subscriber before. So they're offering that to have people that's never tried Paper Pumpkin to try it. So it's a really good deal. There's no obligation to have to do it again. So if you want to try one kit, this would be a good way to try it. You can always go to my website and join that if you would like. But anyway, wanted to tell you about that. And you do know the online exclusives are up. So we are using Old Olive and Peaceful Pine. So I'm going to stamp with the Peaceful Pine. And there's one that has a lot more stamping on it than the other. And so we're going to use it first. And I'm just going to ink it in the Peaceful Pine. Make sure I get it solid. And I'm going to ink a couple of them. So let's do a couple. Okay. Then I'm going to come in with the Old Olive, but I'm going to stamp off. I don't want it that dark. I want it lighter. And then I'm going to line this up with the leaf. Push down, stamp, and you get your leaf. And I'll hold these up really close here in a second. Stamp off. Line this up. They are really easy to line up. I like the lining of these. It makes it really nice. So there they are. Can you see that? You got all the detail. You got the spacing here, the same thing for the leaves. I really like the look of that. Really, really like it. Now, what I did was I took the leaves and the flower and I cut them out, and I did that ahead of time so you wouldn't have to sit and watch me cut all this. So I have them cut out, and you have to fussy cut. There's no dies. That's why I did it before. I'm going to lay this to the side. We don't need it. I am going to stamp the flowers again, and I should have went ahead and done that. And why I did not, I don't know. I am going to stamp a flower in here. So I'm going to need this again, because I am just going to do the flower. Don't need a leaf, just need flower. And this is going to be for the inside of the card. So let's ink that. And I want that to dry. And I'm just putting the flower. I'm not going to worry about the leaves on this one. I'm just putting it in the corner. And I didn't put the full flower. I just put it off of the edge, because I like that too. I have to find where I laid my stamp. I'm laying all over. So now I'm just going to line this up, which makes it harder to line up right now. But I want to do it, I hope. Looks right. Let's see. When you do part of a flower, if you can get it. I did. There we go. So that's the inside of our card. I meant to do that earlier. And I did the scrap paper so I could make sure that you all could see that, because it is very, very simple. That's the thing. I'm going to go ahead too and bring the Peaceful Pine back in, and I'm going to stamp my saying that I'm going to use. And like I said, I do not have a made card of this. This is all in my brain. Isn't that scary? Put something in Rita's brain. Oh, Lord. So let's just stamp this, because I don't know. I want to leave an edging on both sides, because I don't know really what I want to do with it. It says, "You are my sunshine." So you could sing the song, "You are my sunshine." I won't sing. I can't sing. I wish I could, but I can't. Okay, so that stamping's done. This is the inside of the card. We know that's not going to mess up, so let's put it in first. Our inside of our card will look nice, if nothing else. Right? And I cannot use my glue thing because it's about out of glue. I gotta fill it, so I'm just going to use this. I can get it to work. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, that's why. I gotta get to the sticky stuff. So I'm just going to use this and put it in here. I like working with the glue, but this will work. I don't like peeling this back up. So if it's crooked, it's crooked. That's the way it goes. Let's put these two together. I know that goes together, or I hope it does. So now let's put this on here. See how that sticks? It drives me crazy. Oh well. Love my glue, and I forgot to fill that up. But I will get that done eventually. Eventually. So let's put this on the front of our card. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to take this and I am going to put some dimensionals on it because my flower is going to hang off. So I'll put it down towards one end, like right in through here, because I know that will hide it. So let's just do that, like so. And we'll hide our dimensionals back behind our flower. Something just was beeping. I don't know what that was. So we're going to just put that kind of like that. Holds the vellum up so you can see it a little bit. Then I'm going to take the flower and I'm going to pop the flower on the vellum. We're going to be all poppied up over here. Yeah, I put this in my head and I thought this is the way I want to do it, so let's see if my way's going to turn out. So I'm just going to stick the flower right here so it gives that dimension on our vellum. And then the leaves, I think I should have put my leaves down first. I think. I'll get it. I don't know where I'm putting this in at, but there. I'll just connect it to a pop dot right there. That works. Look at that. Look at that. I wonder if I could do that here. I can. What about this? Wonder if I get to do it on this side too. Well, you do. How about that? So you can connect these to your dimensionals that's there. I don't need that to be out further than my card. So I'm just trying to stick it in there. I'll push that all down and I have my leaves on there. Because the begonias have pretty good sized leaves. So I put 3 leaves on it. And then we are going to put our saying on it. And do I want my saying right there? I probably do. So let's take some scissors. I lost my scissors that usually are right there. I have no idea what I did with them. But I'll take these. And we'll cut some of that off of the edge so I can put that in there like so. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut that short, and then I'm going to take and cut that up to the words. See if that'll fit. It's going to have to go lower so I can, okay. And that will pop too on this edge right here. And we will put just a little bit of this on the edge. So I put some sticky on right on the edge so it'll stick under there, and then these will hold the edge of it up. And we'll add some dimensionals. So I'm just going to have to go down with it. So that's it so far. What do you think? We're doing okay. Okay, let's get some dimensionals. And I laid them right here. And I'm going to do the peaceful pine that's right here on the card. There's one peaceful pine left in this little, I don't have many on this one over here. If I can get it open. There we go. Come on. It says no, I don't want to come. There's one peaceful pine there. I'm going to use it. So, I'm going to use it. I think I'm going to go down there with it. I'm going to add another one right there. Then I'm going to take the smaller ones. I'm going to add one over here. And then I think I'm going to add one right in there. And then I don't think I like that one up there. We're going to take it off. We don't want him there. There we go. I think I'm going to put him right here. I didn't like him up there in the, so there we go. Now I'm going to do one more thing. After looking at it and thinking about it, I am going to add a little bit of Winka Stella to the flower. I think that would help. I have Winka Stella because I just bought a new one. I had to get a new one. The other one I ran out of fluid, and then I added alcohol to it to get the glitter out of the bottom and used all that, and then I thought, well, I think it's done. So let's pull that out. Let's make sure we have ink in the bottom. See, there it comes. There it comes. And then I think I'm just going to add some of that to the center of these leaves right here that's showing. No, it's not showing so much, but I'd added it anyway. Then I'm going to just add it right in through here. And sometimes my little thing likes to So I just added some Winka Stella right in here through the center of the card and then on the leaves. Looks so pretty. Let's go ahead and just put some out here too. We'll just glitter it all up. Looks pretty that way. Squirting it out now. Okay. Okay. Lots of. So there is our card. So what do you think? I think I can add just a little bit in here. And I'm going to do the center of, do it a little different on the inside. I'm doing the light color. So I'm going to let that sit open and dry a few minutes. And that is our Wink of Stella for tonight. So there's the begonia, what it looks like when you do the two-step stamping on the leaves and the begonia. So I hope you liked the card today. It was easy. And so remember that the sizes are 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. The Peaceful Pine is 5 1/4 by 4. The DSP is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. 2.5 inch circle I did for my vellum. Used the scraps big enough to stamp my flower and my leaves, and I cut those out, fussy cutting. Just took the sentiment, put it on a piece of scrap that I had that measured right, and just cut it to fit. And that saying is also out of the stamp, because they have best wishes. You are my sunshine. Thank you for everything you do, and sending lots of love, happiness your way. And then it has extra little leaves and a little kind of a little thing you can use for dimension on your card, but I chose to do some DSP rather than making my own background. So there we have it, everyone. This is our card. I hope you liked it today. And I'm going to leave it set open and just make sure that all dries really well before I close it up. So that is the end of episode 26 of What's Up Wednesday. So remember about the paper pumpkin if you have never tried it, because it is really, they have changed them so much. They are so nice. So I really recommend that you try them especially while you can get the first one at 25% off if you've never been a Paper Pumpkin subscriber before. So everyone, please have a good day, and be creative when you can. I will be on with my pre-recorded video on Saturday because I will not be in town. I will be in Bayonne, New Jersey, and New York City. We're going to go to New York City because he lives right across the bridge. I'm visiting my grandson that's in the Coast Guard. So, Mama's going to make his favorite cake and take to him. That's the only thing he asked for. When I said, what can we bring you? Anything you need from the store down here that you can't get up there, you know how that is. And he says, really all you need to bring is a Coca-Cola cake. And so Mama's going to make his favorite Coca-Cola cake and take it to him, and he lives alone, so he's going to have a lot of cake to eat. But I'm sure that won't be hard for a almost 20-year-old boy, right? So anyway, have fun, guys, and I'll see you Saturday, and I hope you enjoy the video. Let me know if you got the if you have ordered and got the begonia bell, and if you're going to try it. A lot of people were intimidated about how it looks, so that you could do the two-tone stamping. So I hope that helped you also. So have a good day, everybody, and we will see you later. Bye.